I've always been an easygoing man. I work all day to provide for my wife and kids. Then when I get home, I do any chores around the house I can to help my wife. That's my everyday life. I occasionally lend Mayela Ewell a hand whenever I'm passing her house on the way home from work and she asks for help with her chores. It was a typical day. I had worked from sunrise to sundown and finally heading home to my family. As I was walking, I heard a familiar high-pitched voice yell my name.
Hey, Tom!
I simply smiled and waved and kept my way. My small cabin is only a few houses down from the Ewells, so I pass at least one of the family members on my way to and from work every day. I sometimes can hear Mr. Ewell yelling at Mayela from inside the house. As I approach my humble home, I kick the dirt off my boots and lay them neatly on the front steps. I bounded to my house and greeted my wife. Honey, I'm home.
Hi, I'm getting dinner finished up now. Lisa's running out cutting wood in the back. Dinner is ready, boys. Eat while it's hot.
Just a sec, Mom.
As my family and I start finishing up dinner, I let out a big yawn after a long day's work. Alex clears the table, and soon after we all head to our beds that are next to each other. It's now 6:00 a.m. and the house is still so you could hear a pin drop. I grab my shirt and tip out the door, hoping to not wake up the chillin'. I'm now peacefully strolling along on my way into town to buy my lovely wife more bread. Suddenly, I hear Mayela Ewell holler at me to help her.
Hey, Tom, can you come help me a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Can you please check the hinges on the front door? Something doesn't seem quite right.
I can take a look, but everything seems quite right. I noticed the house was quieter than ever and wondered where all 7 of her siblings were. Where's all the chillin'? Seems awfully quiet.
Oh, I saved up all my money so they could all buy an ice cream. I've never seen them more happier.
That's so sweet and selfless of you. I just checked the door and everything seems to be just fine.
Try shutting the door. You'll hear the eerie screech.
Okay. I then shut the door and the room was silent, no screech. I turn around to see Mayla staring at me. As she starts to move closer and places her warm, softened lips against mine, I push her off in a panic and thought to myself that anyone found out about this, I would be wished dead. It was just then I heard Bob Ewell screaming from the backyard with a bundle of wood.
You better get the hell off my property before I kill you, Tom.
I ran like there was a mob behind me. I don't think I've ever ran that fast in my life. The only thing in my mind was how I would tell my loving wife and my 2 growing sons that this is the end of me. I've gotten myself into a situation that I cannot find myself out of. Something happened. I'm gonna be taken away. Mr. Ewell's calling the cops.
What happened, Tom? Explain before the children come back inside.
She was trying to kiss me. I backed her through the door. I didn't want to hurt her, but Mr. Ewell already thought that I was lunging on her.
Oh no, sweetheart. This is worst case scenario. We need to get you out of here before they find you.
I gathered a small amount of my belongings in a bag and threw a few water bottles in as well.
What are you gonna say to the chillin'?
Maybe it's best I just go. Their last memory of me will be a family dinner anyway.
That's what you think's best.
I must be on my way, love. Goodbye.
Bye.
I put my hood over my head and ran with my whole body facing downwards, hiding myself as much as I can. I don't want to risk being found by Mr. Yule or any police. I ran straight into the woods without looking back, trying my best to hold back tears. I only got a few meters into the woods before I could feel someone watching me, like there was a person following me.
Stop right there.
My heartbeat dropped. I've been found.
Put your hands up behind your head. You may remain silent. Drop the bag.
My hands were shaking and my heart was beating out of my chest. I already know that even though I did nothing wrong, because of my skin color, I will be racially discriminated against. Mr. Yule can use this against me, and I will be sent to prison. I've been taken to Maycomb's jail, where I will stay until my sentencing. I feel horribly for my children. They will grow up without a father, and my wife will never see her husband again, the man she made a living with and has raised her children up until now. It's an easy question, Miss Mayella, so I'll try again. Do you remember him beating you about the face?
No, I don't recollect if he hit me. I do.
It's my turn to take the stand. I can finally defend myself, but I know that whatever I say, the white folk will just look right past it and believe Mayella. I have to be careful, although. Whatever I say will be used against me by the jury. I couldn't exactly say that Mayella was lying, but I also need the jury to know that I never once hurt her. I don't say she's lying, Mr. Gilmore. I say she's mistaken in her mind. As the trial comes to an end, I'm found guilty for a crime that I didn't commit. I walk out of the courthouse with my head hanging low, dodging anyone in sight. Trial comes to an end, I'm found guilty for a crime I didn't commit. I walk out of the courthouse with my head hanging low, dodging anyone in sight. I see Mayella standing off to the side, and soon enough her eyes meet mine. I shake my head, signaling to her she made a mistake. I could see through her eyes that it wasn't her choice to do this. I just wish that the man that actually beat her had to serve their time.